Do we ban out the 1-1? And of course you will. You're up against Benny Cutie. You're up against Echo. First pick here. Fredrin, Valentina, Arlott, Glue, all still on the table. And it's going to be the Glue. Taking it out from the hands of Legend Zero and into the hands of Sanford, the Apex Predator.
I like it. You know, go ahead and roll with that. Take the Glue pick. It's great. One thing on my wish list I would say for the series, boys, is I want to see Benny Cutie use the gold lane Mincetar again. Not saying it's going to happen here. The Franco is banned out. That might be the answer for it for the rest of the series because they don't want to go through those double hook kind of combinations to deal with. But already, picks coming out here quite quickly. There's the Eve, the Fredrin for Blacklist International. So far, Carl TZ going to pick that Tanks-a-lot, Lancelot here, and we'll see what the next one's going to be.
They pick up the Farsa, so they're going to be battling each other with pokes. That means Blacklist International needs to be smart with what they pick here. And they decide to pick up the Arlott as it is open. The familiarity between these two teams, how they prepared for each other going into these grand finals. Blacklist International got here first, but it seems like they already thought about Echo. And Echo, they still had to go through RSG. But I don't know if it's the history or really just they knew that they were making it to the grand finals. A strong feeling about it. Fast bans and fast pickings all around. So now Blacklist International will be looking to take away the heroes of Yaoi. With a Kufra gone, let's see what else Blacklist will take away from him.
Oh, they're shorting out the choices. Coach Tick and Coach Treb choking down the rookie's hero pool. Owl gonna get his carry taken out. Possibly maybe another.
Yeah.
What's the Brody looking like here? Is the Claude still
Yeah, I was
out?
gonna say Claude Brody. You know, he's kind of opted for both of those. I would expect Echo to just go ahead and ban out the Claude.
One of them.
Yeah.
So it's a safer go.
Blacklist International, yeah. I see Claude going to the fourth pick there for Owl. But then that would mean the Blacklist International are going to be looking for the mid-game, late-game's power spike, while Echo's draft right now is very early to mid. Is that something Blacklist International would want to play into? Let's find out if it is. And we all mentioned the Mincetar. Blacklist says, yeah, we really don't want to go up against that, which means Blacklist might be looking at Beatrix as a potential option to go lane.
And it's a safe bet. The Beatrix just has great coverage. Now you're wondering, are they ready to face off against the Harith? Because when you take out the Mincetar and you're going in for a dive comp, much like what Echo is rocking, because again, Sanji might be the only one who is actually an artillery member of that lineup. I think the Harith seems solid, especially when you have a hero that wants to get in there like the Arlott.
Yeah, they could possibly go and opt for, you know, that's one of the main things I would say about Benny Cutie is the fact that he likes to kind of switch up the options for the gold lane. Again, that's why I was saying, you know, my wish list is that Midstar once more, but it could just be banned out for the series. Now he still has that Harith pick available too. We're not really sure exactly how they want to play this, but with this pickup, the Rafaela coming back up, it was only picked once.
The whole season.
The whole season.
By Next Play Evos.
That's the thing. In the hands of Brusco DR, not even by the Queen. So has the Queen day after day, back to back, been feeling spicy. Yeah, last night, she picked up the Angela.
Yeah. And now the Rafaela. I wonder what that means for the gold lane here for Blacklist International. Are we going to be seeing a Bruno potentially, the classic combo for a Rafa, but then it's up against a Farsa? I believe the pickup of the Farsa was really just for avoidance, movement speed, as Echo gets her hands on the Harith for Benny Cutie, and Yaoi picks up the Lolita. A lot of AoE for the lineup of Echo. The holy healing from the Rafa now looks very good.
If there's anything I know about the Storm, about the M4 Grand Finals champion, MVP, is he likes the Harith this season, in the playoffs especially. So is it going to be the Bruno? The last time that this combo worked was, what, in the heyday of M3? So that was, what, for the better part of 2 years ago. I wonder if it's a thing now.
Bruno up against the Farsa again is a matchup that does not favor the Bruno.
Speaking of Grand Finals MVPs, is that the Prince?
What does he have on? He's got some merch on.
What? Up front.
Up front.
Watching the competition. Of course, we all know they're all friends. It's all support. Yeah. But you know, they're watching. They're scouting.
Next to the Raja too.
Yeah. We carried him earlier.
That's right. What a privilege.
What an honor.
I wish I was there.
Well, you know, another time maybe. But I love this because this whole playoffs has felt like a reunion. like a homecoming.
Yes.
You know, and it really has felt like that. And I know we got special guests here as well. So I can't wait for this to unfold. It feels like we already blazed through the draft, but look at this.
Everybody just following in my footsteps, but I don't blame you. Everybody just does not want to call it either way. Maybe, just my guess, for the sake of this rivalry extending all the way to Phnom Penh, Cambodia, or just for the sake of it going the third in a trilogy. You don't know. This is the rubber match.
Yeah, this is like technically, like I said, because they're both 1-for-1 in different ways. This is that best of one now, right? But it's over the course of a best of 7, basically.
It's an epic.
An epic. And I'm sure this is something that the two teams are thinking about. The epic rivalry. Blacklist International and Echo. The Brody was the last pick up there for Blacklist, and paired up with the Rafaela, should be happy with free hitting and avoiding key abilities.
Blacklist not going to be lacking for vision. I think that's one of the few things that teams have been lacking towards the way that they build lineups in the playoffs. And here this time around with that Rafaela, Holy Healing should be able to check in. Oh!
Wow. All right, they already get an early flicker out from UA, taking quite a bit of damage here. But this is kind of what we have to expect, right? A little bit of push and pull between both teams because, like you were just mentioning, Leo, you know, Blacklist International has that Holy Healing available to them. But already Carl Teasy being quite aggressive himself. Going to get the flicker out and gets the first blood.
Hold up. Is this the first time in forever we've seen Carl Teasy rock the Brenny Sports Lancelot skin?
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, good thing you noticed that, dude. That has to be like something to empower him, to motivate him that this is where it all began for me.
Would that be his final form? Like, is that technically...
I am him. That's it.
Yeah.
He is declaring this match has now begun. I am
me.
Yeah, and we were joking about it behind the scenes. Man, I can't believe the final form of Carl Teasy might actually be Tanks a Lot with hybrid build.
Apparently. Speak of the devil.
He's grown.
More than just.
Yes.
He has grown and he has become great. Turtle already up.
Okay. Blacklist International trying to get in position here. Once again, though, Wise exactly isn't here. They might just be willing to trade it. And as they do, Carl Teasy going to secure that first turtle. It looked like, you know, Wise was trying to get some pressure on that purple buff, but he decided to just go back anyway. It was kind of spotted out. Yeah,
tremendous read there by the members of Echo, specifically the Lolita on Yaoi.
Right.
Now, getting the vision there for Carl Teasy that, hey, he's here, that made Wise go back. And I believe the early death onto Oh My Venus, the lack of the level 4 there, meant that Black said, yeah, way too risky for us to lose anymore. Let's just back off.
Already, something to note, here in the XP lane there's some action. They didn't do the double XP rotation.
Yeah, which is puzzling to me because I thought we'd be seeing that all series long. But then they decided, okay, let's just go back to basics. It's going to be a long 7-game series. I feel like this is part of just the feeling out process. But then at the same time, Rafaela in the mid roaming around, helping the mid and the jungler roam around, it's more beneficial for them.
Whoop.
Oh, there's a lot happening here. The flicker in, Noon Blast. Owl will fall. Top side, meanwhile, in the mid lane, a little bit of poking back and forth too, but already Echo gaining the momentum in this game 1.
Reptar, you talked about how Oh My Venus has parked herself in mid. That's what happens. She couldn't help Owl.
Yeah, and Owl just suffered a massive Numenon blast that made it possible because the other members of Echo were pushing back the other members of Blacklist around the middle portion of the map.
Oh.
That forced that to happen. Great call by Echo and great play.
Oh, top side though, Owl once again going to be in trouble here. Feathered Airstrike pops the damage. Benny Cutie will get the kill. The sustain from the Holy Healing was not enough to deal with that.
So yeah, the first time around it was just the two of them up top. Yeah. Now they have Oh My Venus, but Sanji comes in.
Yeah, it seems like Echo are treating the XP lane as just back to what we treated it in S9. It's just gonna be a dead lane. Sure, let them clear the minion waves. They will rotate. We'll put the pressure on the gold. Owl has been monstrous this playoffs. Echo is respecting that, and they want to stop that.
Is this Echo dictating the pace, making their own meta the way that they want to? Or the Orcas swimming up against the wave that is Blacks International?
Definitely. That is what you do when you're up against the Blacklist, against your rivals.
Well, they just want to go ahead and give up the turtles here. Carl Teasy going to secure the second one. A lot of focus on the top side, though. Looking for a possible pick here. Blacklist International. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and charge that Nuno Blast up. Just help clear the waves. They kind of know, or at least they have a sense that something's going on here.
Yeah, when you only see Edward in the Turtle Pit contesting, most likely Blacklist International has 3 or 4 roaming around together. Again, that's just familiarity by Echo, knowing that Blacklist would want to get one back over Benny Cutie to help Owl cash up just a little bit.
Yep. It's basically saying,
oh, Owl. That's what it's saying. He can't survive that. Will fall. Carl TZ jumping to the backside. Putting out the damage with the Thorn. Rose going to still go. Gets the flicker from Oh My Venus. There's the Retribution being used as well. Still the follow-up going to come out through. Real World Manipulation going to come down, forcing it under the turret. Charges up! Finds the target. UA will fall. And Echo still in the driver's seat. Might be looking for another. Benny Cutie gets the cleanup kill. And now it's Oh My Venus and Edward. Here comes Carl TZ again. Right on through. Edward trying to salvage the situation. Has to flicker out himself, but he's stuck to. Echo dominating.
40 coming in. It's like they lived in the top lane of Blacklist for the longest time.
Chugga, 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 chugga. I hear it coming. It's the Echo Express. And this is their signature play style. Play fast, farm fast, fight early, and they are taking it straight to Blacklist International. 3 deaths already for Owl. Look at that Harith already with a Feather of Heaven and Calamity Reaper in his hands. Less than 8 minutes in.
6K ahead, almost, at about, what, 5 minutes. That was the worst I've seen this game so far go for Blacks International. They have yet to get a single kill, a single objective, and I'm looking for a possible way to clap back. Are we expecting Edward to go ahead and force us to go into the late game and then get a final slash in? Because we have barreled into what is possibly the earliest late game we've ever seen.
This is once again happening here. Wise going to be quite low. One hit away. Goes down to Sanji. Carl TZ securing the 3rd turtle of the game. Now Yaoi on the run here. Blacklist looking for their first kill. Wow. Will get it with a torn apart memory. But now Echo getting in position to clap back in a counter play. Sanford going to show himself. The healing's going to be there, but here comes Carl TZ going to force them back. Owl flickers out. Carl TZ trying to go in, going to get stunned with the Holy Baptism, and the turret will fall. Now here comes Edward, trying to see if he can do anything about this. He has the tankiness. Final slash going to be used. Feathered Airstrike to follow him up. He's going to be taken away from the team with a split. In trouble now. Wise trying to help out. On the retreat, Blacklist goes. Benny Cutie, though, forcing them back.
Here's what's amazing about what Echo is doing. They want Blacklist to fight back. They know that if Blacklist just welcomes the fight, when they're not ready, Echo's going to win 100% of the time. The best thing that Blacklist is doing now is just tempering their expectations.
That is the right call here by Echo. And yes, Blacklist can only temper their expectations and try to balance it out. Yaoi misses.
Yaoi gonna miss that, but they're still gonna be able to get a kill. Wise will fall. Still, turret being worked on. Feathered Airstrike to help out. Yaoi will follow. 1-for-1 trade. Blacklist, though, still has a ton of work ahead of them.
Yeah, that's a good trade for Echo. Roamer for the jungler. For the One True King as Midnight dubbed the Wise. And Echo, they can just continue this. But now at this point, this is where they start tempering their own expectations a bit. Yes, it's still roughly a 7,000 gold lead. Yes, there are still members of Blacklist catching up on items. No full build just yet for Owl. He was forced to build another item just for a little bit more magic defense on his side. But that doesn't mean Blacklist can't punish. Echo, their dirty tendency of over diving under tower, they cannot do that. Just play it safe, play around the lords, and keep it calculated.
About 5 to 6 minutes, yeah, you can play hard and fast. Maybe, as you said, dirty like that. But now, as soon as you give Blacklist more kills, fair to be said, both of them given to Yaoi, given through Yaoi, it should be fine, but then again, we've seen teams fall to the same mistake, having such a great lead. Free Lord for Echo as they go ahead and march through mid.
What a zone out by Sanji, by the way. Not stopping with that Feather Airstrike.
Yeah, Yaoi gonna wait once again. The turret's gonna fall here. The hole comes through. There's the rear world manipulation coming down. Sanford will fall. Was it worth the turret here? Lord now marching down the mid lane. We'll see if they can actually convert this into an inhibitor.
Doesn't look like it. Way too sketchy.
Nope.
Because of their lineup, they can't go up into this. You've got to watch out for the positioning because of the final slash. Something to be careful about. That's a good cut by CarlTzy. Stop the minion wave, and that will increase their chances of, successfully breaking the turret up top.
Yeah, so here's what I was getting at, right? First couple of kills on Yaoi. Slowly but surely, if you let Blacklist continue at this pace, which they're slowly getting comfortable with, they will upgrade, they will upsell, and they got Sanford. Who's next? Are you going to say Benny Cutie might get a death here? Maybe even Sanji? That's what Echo has to watch out for.
Yeah, and Benny Cutie will really have to hold on to his Purify the best possible moment. But there's so many crucial crowd control abilities on the side of Echo that which one is he going to hold out for? Is it really just going to be if ever he gets Final Slash, if he gets taunted or whatever, knocked up? Stunned, everything.
RWM'd?
Everything. So much crowd control. Benny Cutie has to really channel his inner, Benny Cutie, and just be careful with this entry as he always has been.
Relatively mum this past minute here after Blacks International successfully defended that Lord. So, yeah, you could take this as a clear sign that, hey, Echo have started to slow down. They went, down a second gear for the Echo Express, safe to say.
My goodness, Benny Cutie already has a Divine Glaive. 11 minutes in. This Harith is a problem, but Blacklist International, they're holding it out. They're just doing everything they can to get a little bit more farm, try to funnel whatever minion waves come in for Owl.
I'm wondering if the play here for Blacklist International is just possibly give up the next Lord, right? Not fight it because of the massive, look at the gold, right? The massive gold disparity here, right? You just give up the Lord, you defend in your base, you have pretty good wave clear. You can also help out with using that final slash. So it might just be better, like you guys mentioned, buy some more time. There's another big item pickup for Echo. So, at this point, if you are Blacklist International, you want to be able to just hold on, and then if mistakes are made, which we've seen them do before, punish, right? And then kind of slowly gain control back into this game. But right now, it is the Echo Express.
Yeah. It's funny because Blacklist International has a relatively great high ground defense, but they are up against a Harith and a Farsa that clears minion wave so fast, and if Sanji really just waits for the perfect moment to drop that feathered airstrike, that'll be 2 hits, and Blacklist members will be forced to go back.
And that's what's scary. Blacklist can't hold out for that. Not only can they, but they can even force Echo to do such because this is going to be a Luminous Lord. But at what point is that going to hit critical mass? Because again, Lord's going to be marching down through mid this time around, and they can find a better angle. They can sink. The last time there was a Lord, there were still tier 2 turrets.
Yeah. Minion waves, Echo. They can't just go with one minion wave, dive under tower, dive under turret. That has bitten them many times throughout the season, and even during the playoffs. One of the main reasons why they got knocked down to the lower bracket. It's the Blacklist they're up against. Gotta watch out. Benny Cutie just picked up a concentrated energy. There's gonna be a lot of regen for this Harith. I wonder if Echo will they actually try to brute force this?
Well, here we go. Lord gonna go ahead and charge up. Blacklist International on the defense. Some more item pickups come through. Yaoi dealing with the final slash from Edward. Turret now falls. Concealed play going to be used here, looking for their own angle. CarlTzy's going to push them back. Benny Cutie using the Zaman force. Ooh. He's going to get cut off, though, quite low. RWM going to come down. The final slash from Edward, though, cleaning up the kill. Still going to be going. Yaoi going to charge up, buying some time. And now Sanji trying to hold on as well. The chase ensues. Flicker comes through. CarlTzy down the box side. Will find Edward. Still going to be going. Double kill so far. Wise one a flicker, though. Sanji avoiding the Appraiser's wrath. It's a triple kill for CarlTzy.
The fight was brought all the way out towards mid, and now there's only 2 defenders left.
Now they're going to be looking to end this game number 1 here. On that play, they've got a few minions, but is it going to be enough? Oh my Venus will fall, and it's the Echo Express all the way through to game 1.
The Orcas draw first blood. Game 1 taken here by Echo.
Owl has been monstrous all throughout the playoffs. Echo said, hey, you guys are up against now. Hey, Owl, it's the grand finals. Yeah, we're going to make life a living hell for you.
Man, that last team fight, where you thought, you know, there might be some hope there for that defending. That was a second Lord, or was it the third Lord? Second Lord. Luminous. And if they would have survived that, maybe, yeah, they would have been able to buy time. But like we mentioned, Echo Express, man, we went through it. They've been in this position before, and they don't often let go of those leads that they have.
Yeah, and it seems like we talked about a state of flow numerous times throughout the season. Echo were just in that state of flow. It's like they remembered their World Championship form, their confidence, and that's regular season. But in this playoffs, with I don't know what happened. It seems like they remembered again how to dominate with an Estes pick, and they did exactly that multiple times. Blacklist International, great ban here on the Lancelot after the game that Carl Teasy had. Of course, Echo will ban out here the 1-1. So, will this be, again, Fredrin, Glue, Valentina, and Arlott all still available here, and it's going to be the Glue as the first pick. Fredrin is open now for Echo. I'd want to see them take away the Valentina, but I wouldn't be surprised if they actually decide to take out the Eve by picking it up themselves, just so that it doesn't go into the hands of you.
Solid. Good calls there. Again, you know, we've been watching these two teams battle it out for months now. And although we've seen some different, I would say, I don't know if some people want to call them cheese stretch, pocket strategies, but they've been pulled out. But more or less, this is kind of what you expect too, right? Blacklist International, if the Faramis is going to be open, there it is. It's locked in, paired with the Farsa here.
I was going to say, instead of stealing away the Faramis, they steal away the Eve and then just let Blacklist go roughshod, whatever. MTB, Coach Dex, you can do whatever you want. And they give over this mid-lane duo. So at least now, despite Blacklist getting their hands on what they actually want, Echo now know what that mid-lane duo is.
Exactly. And they can go for a gold lane pickup here, or they can use this slot for a surprise pick if they want to go into the second phase so that they can target the pick of Al freely. But no, they decide, we need to go for surprises. Let's go for comfort. They pick up the Lapu-Lapu, and of course you're going to take out the Claude in this scenario. The Claude with the rest of the lineup of Blacklist just gels so well. And considering the Echo has the E, they don't want to go up against that. Now, will they take out a Moskov? Will they take out a Beatrix on the side away from Blacklist International?
The design is very M4.
Yeah.
Looking at that first phase for Echo, the design is very M4.
Yeah, it is. You know, especially with the fact that you've got the Lapu-Lapu there. Anytime, you know, Sanford gets his hands on this, I think that's what people have is flashbacks of M4, man.
Yeah.
You know, because of the just the way that he plays this hero alone. So already, you know, final bans coming out here for the second phase. That was the Akai being taken out here as the jungle options kind of get whittled down a little bit. But that's what I'm wondering too, you know. Do we see Wise kind of go back to those pocket picks of himself? We have previously seen even the Baksha pop up worked really well for them, especially the way they like to change that play style from game to game. But right now, the Lolita is that last ban, and the response for the first pick of the second phase from Echo is the Beatrix.
Okay, so Blacklist International might avoid or will try as much as possible to pick a marksman that would want to pick up, or that can pick up a Purifier rather, because the Yaoi pickup here might be a big one. With all these heroes gone, Franco, Kaja, Kufra, Lolita, Hakayawi, the Cho is still available for him if he wants to. So Blacklist picks here will determine if you can pick that up, as Baksha and Carry are the pickups here for Blacklist. Cho, Atlas, traditional tanks, if they want to go down that route, is available for Echo.
And again, if it's the Atlas, it skews the battle spell choices. Expect to see a Purify. And when that happens, at some point it's a crapshoot. Hey look, some old friends. It's Cap, it's Coach, it's Hito, and it's the GOAT, who just recently, actually on social media, passed the torch. Reebok called Carl the GOAT.
Ooh.
The passing, I was going to say the passing of the GOAT, but I guess I don't know. The passing of the GOAT torch.
Works out for me.
Does that work?
Man.
I'm pretty sure the passing of a GOAT is like, what do you call that? A traditional marriage
somewhere.
Yeah.
Thing
somewhere
to
in
do.
the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, GOAT is common pasture. Last pick up here for Echo. That's the Yaoi pick. It's the Grok.
Yeah, they pick up the Grog, of course. They just wanted access onto the Farsa. They need that setter, so... And it seems like they're not confident to play the Cho or an Atlas in that scenario because of one of the options that you mentioned to consider. The skewing of the battle spells. Purifies might be forced out here. So Grok instead seems to be the safer pick and choice for Echo.
Can I just ask, why have we not seen Atlas pop up?
As often.
At all? Like, has he popped up at all in the playoffs?
Once in the Echo RSG matchup earlier today.
Okay, so
Just
like...
once.
You know, that's
Just
surprising.
once.
Because it just seems like a good option, but I guess, you know, maybe he's not so great in the meta right now.
Yeah, no, again, the fact that he skews the way you engage, and I don't know, it might be too honest. That's the problem earlier. It was too honest, and teams just had an answer. Going into game 2, this time around, look at this. The double XP lane start from Blacklist is back.
There it is. We were looking for it earlier. Smart adjustment here for Blacklist. It'll delay Sanford, make Edward be more present throughout the map. Oh My Venus gets the middle minion wave to hit number 2. And again, because of the XP lane siege minion, that's how you get quick level 2s across these 3 members of Blacklist and those positions that you see right now.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's... Oh, already Sanji's going to have to burn that flicker early on. So already a minor win here for Blacklist International,
Yes.
but nothing, you know, nothing crazy just yet.
They're not letting Echo's main artery breathe. They feigned the XP pressure and then like, nope, Sanji, Yaoi, you'll watch yourselves.
Yeah, Blacklist, with how aggressive they're going around the map, the rotational speed of one Baksha, Blacklist can play like how Echo played earlier. Play fast, play aggressive. And it seems like with the rotations of UNO My Venus, yeah, they understand, okay, we can build up, speed up Owl. This carry is a comfort and at this point, a signature pick for the gold laner of Blacklist.
I like it. And right now, all this leading up into the first turtle of the game here.
Oh.
They can find any advantage, right? But mostly looking for those level 4s. Definitely going to want to contest this one compared to what we saw in the previous game, right? Where Blacklist just kind of gave those up. So already they're going to go and clash it out into the river. They go. Quite low is Sanford. And he will fall. First blood being drawn by Blacklist International. And now Turtle also for the taking here, but Carl Tizzy and Yaoi still in the zone. Edward gonna use the split, gets the Appraiser's Wrath out as well. They're a little bit outnumbered. Here they come. Feathered Airstrike used as well, and Carl Tizzy will fall. Sanji unleashing on Edward with the real world manipulation. Can't dodge it enough. He's still alive for a little bit longer. Sanji on the run. Edward, though, still trying to get away. Yaoi had to use the flicker. And Sanji grabs the killing blow.
Turtle's still withstanding. And the thing is, Agent Zero, yeah, he was going to die anyways. So,
Yes.
minor win for Blacklist. They bought time there.
I love what Sanford did there. He really waited and held on to the Bravest Fighter activations because he was waiting for the immunity that the Faramis ult gives a team if it's expended way too early. Once that was gone, he was able to deal the damage and get a crucial kill there for Echo, but Blacklist played that so well also.
Well, now they're going to go for it again. Turtle going to reset. Still no one claiming the first one of the game. Just showing how much objective focus they're going to be here. Who grabs it? It's Carl Tizzy securing the turtle.
Ooh.
Blacklist International still wants to fight.
Oh,
Edward
no.
going to bring Carl Tizzy back here. The damage is there. He will fall. Sanford going to jump in. Wise
40.
quite low. 40 goes. He gets Yue. Now Wise on the run here. Sanford still up. 2 versus 1. Split going to be used here. He will get whittled down. He
King
falls.
Wise!
Wise
Oh!
gets taken down with the auto attack. Sanji with another kill.
It's weird. Our most peaceful lane is the gold lane.
Yeah.
They live in an island.
Opposite of what happened earlier in game number 1. I like the decision making of these two teams, knowing that, okay, they can fight in certain scenarios. It'll be worse if we actually don't fight and just back off. It's not that it's messy, it's just calculated how these two teams are fighting right now early on in this game number 2. Sanji with an Ice Queen wand should help with the speed that Blacklist International has and the mobility that they have in fights, especially up against Wise's Baksha, who's trying to look for Benny Cutie.
Yeah, he's going to find the stun on Benny Cutie, but should be fine. Yaoi there, thankfully for him as well. So, results into nothing, but like you guys mentioned, little cheeky stop there from Benny Cutie.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? We mentioned how Golden is relatively peaceful.
Yeah.
Echo and Blacklist say, you know what? Let's bring the party over there. turtle is spawning, so expect that in the next 30 seconds to a minute, that's where things are going to get rowdy. What can we expect from this XP lane duel? Because look, Sanford in the first 5 minutes of this game has been instrumental, has been super important in Echo clapping back, regaining this lead. And, oh, caught easy! Grand Theft Orange!
Yeah, he's going to just take that away.
Steal.
Anytime he can, he's going to do it.
My buff.
Carl Teasy gets it, and that'll help the tempering of the rotational speed of Wise's Baksha. But again, it's still a very close game. Even without an orange buff, it's not a massive loss. He's not dependent on it, but it is still a very small win regardless. They still have to watch out for the objective. Wise.
Wise going to come crashing in. They get the flicker out from Sanji. Still going to be fighting for the turtle here. Conceal play going to be used. Yawi charges in with a wild charge. The damage isn't enough. Colt Alter going to come down, still fighting for it. Going to be cut off with the Guardian's Barrier, and Wise will fall. Turtle secured by Echo.
The Guardian's Barrier. Perfect placement there by Yawi, because it looked bad for Echo because the Queen held on to her Cult Altar for so long, maximizing the hell out of that, but one Guardian's Barrier was enough. Blacklist could not have dodged into it, and after that turtle wins for Echo across the map. Mid lane and top lane, outer turrets are down for Blacklist.
Engagement could come out of nowhere here. Echo can force the issue. They're about 2K ahead, 6 minutes in. So far, there was a little bit of speed bump going into game 2, but no, Echo, if I'm not mistaken, is still going off of Echo Express. They've taken their momentum from game 1. Despite Blacklist readjusting to their speed, they might have gotten gassed here. They might have been caught out of their breath.
Echo, how they're playing right now, despite Blacklist taking it to them, and Blacklist are making the right calls with taking the fight to Echo, just trying to outmaneuver them, beat them, outclass them. But Echo are the ones who are doing that in the most recent sequences that we've seen in the game. 2.5k gold lead, not that difficult to get past. They just need to watch out and wait for some key abilities outside from Echo and then engage.
Yeah, that's the thing too, right? With this lineup that Blacklist International has, you are able to be very mobile, move around the map, play to the objective, but Owl going to be in trouble. Once again, the flicker comes out. We've seen Sanford do it before. He did it again. There's the wild charge from Yawi. Benny Cutie going to follow up. Oh My Venus will fall in the jungle. Echo furthering the Express down the tracks.
They're just pushing the advantage here. They know. Renmar, was it just a minute ago you said it was 2.5k? Nothing to worry about? It's ballooning to 4!
Yeah, and now you gotta worry if you're Blacklist International, because this means Echo can just continue to freely play aggressive in your own jungle, but Wise will try to look for Sanji.
Wise gonna find Sanji, gets the flicker down.
Oh, no.
Oh My Venus though, quite low, has to use the Colt Altar. There goes Sanford, jumping in with the bravest fighter, will find the Queen. She falls, and now this is the green light for Echo to take the Lord.
Wow.
Turtle.
Echo. Lord Turtle.
Lord Turtle.
He has a title.
It's that quick, man. That's how fast this game has gone. You could have sworn it was a Lord.
Oh no, Owl!
Oh.
Looks like it's gonna be another possible quick game here. Echo pressing on the gas.
Oh, King Wise caught here in an Echo sandwich. Find Sanji again.
They're going to find Sanji. There they go with a wild charge. Can they follow up on the kills here? Sanji does fall,
40.
but Sanford once again proving massive. Benny Cutie will get another kill. The chase for Wise. UA there to help him out. Wise quite tanky enough, but Carl Teasy now joining the fight, gets the taunt off. Benny Cutie getting the shots with the Renner. There's the Appraiser's Wrath, and it'll be a mega kill for Benny Cutie.
Oh, dear Lord. You see how potent that shotgun is? Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen a Wesker do work, but Ow felt that.
Actually, it's something Benny Cutie likes to do. I even noticed that starting at M4, in certain moments, he does favor that shotgun just to get that sure kill. And that was a nice switch up. Great call by Benny Cutie to switch up the guns there. Malefic Roar is the item he has, and no wonder the damage coming out of that ByteDance in the lead. Owl still struggling, just picked up the golden staff though, but the rest of Blacklist needs to catch up in terms of items. Look at the difference between the two mid laners. Only a Clock of Destiny there for you. The damage on this Farsa, you'll barely feel it at this point. But look at the items on Sanji already onto the glowing wand. You know, favorite item of the Eve.
And the thing about the Eve here this time around is it's been a prime target for Blacks International. Weirdly enough, it's Wise who's actually given this task. But the fact is, Sanji can just keep counting on his flicker, and so far, it's worked.
Yeah, he's been great with the flicker, even the last game, and proving here as well. Benny Cutie able to pick up the Haas Claws, gonna extend his already phenomenal gameplay and positioning on this Beatrix.
Haas Claws plus Wesker, imagine that.
Yeah.
It's like he has a cult altar of his own.
Man, that Beatrix really needs to be spotted out by Blacklist, but how can they? Seems like it might get to the point where if Blacklist can extend the team fight long enough so that it's Benny Cutie left alone or with just another member of Echo, that's how they'll try to get to him. Man, Echo and their Echo Express just acknowledging their power spikes, knowing that after a key victory, a certain point in the game, after that turtle, they made the right calls, pushed top, pushed mid, and then they just continued it. And now a comeback by Blacklist looks extremely difficult.
Man, they're circling their prey, much like the killer whales that they are. The school of orcas are outside the base of Blacks International, the base of the agents. Oh man, you can hear it. It's so real, you can hear it.
You can hear it from Renmar right now. Conceal play gonna be used. Oh, he's gonna go in, finds targets. No stun gonna be there. Immortality will come down. Lord still being up here. They have to deal with this. They will lose the inhibitor turrets. Bottom, mid. Top lane stands. Echo, do they want to go for more? Sanford gonna jump in with the bravest fighter. The flicker comes in. Chasing Bravo! Will find him before he falls himself. And they're happy with it. Edward trying to buy some time, but Benny Cutie unleashing the damage. And oh my Venus will go down. Now Edward gonna be the next target. Benny Cutie is unstoppable. Echo looking to end game 2 here. UA in trouble. Will heal back up. It's Wise defending the crystal. Echo a couple hits away and they do it. They take game 2.
Shades of M4. I hate to say it, folks, but this is exactly how we felt. Calling that match in Sinayan Tennis Indoor. Echo is at 2-0 in this best of 7.
World Championship form for the reigning world champions. It's only 2 games. It's the best of 7. But this is how you start a long series against your rivals in dominating fashion.
Folks, another revelation. This is how ready Echo is. This is the furthest any team in the Season 11 playoffs has taken Blacks International. Every single series they played so far, opponents have only gotten 1 game. This is as far as they attack Carl TZ's hero pool here, taking out the Lancelot.
Time to drop the
There it is.
Also,
like I mentioned,
the elephant in the room, the joy in the room, the Leonin in the room.
Yeah, finally opened up here in this game. And now Kaja makes perfect sense right now for Blacklist International. They don't have to worry about giving away the suppress to Echo. If Blacklist don't pick up the Kaja here, Echo will pick it up. And I don't think Blacklist want to do that. So this could be Kaja Fredrin or maybe, I wonder if they're willing to Eve into this Joy.
Kaja Eve.
Kaja Eve, yeah. Classic combo as well with all the slows that they have, almost a sure catch. And it is disruptive to have the Echo playstyle, but no, it's Fredrin, Kaja. It has to be, right?
Hey,
It's not?
they decided to offer the... I thought it said Eve for a second. They opted for the Farsa here.
So the threat here is if Echo pick up the Kaja, does Oh My Venus have a Franco? Because you can't have one of the... Are they going to force Echo to go into the second phase and not pick up either? Are they treating each like such a commodity?
Maybe. I feel like right now they're just deciding who's going to bite the bait of Kaja's open, who's going to pick it first. But at the same time, if this is going to be a Kaja for Echo, I wouldn't be surprised if Blacklist just go ahead and pick up a Lolita later on. Or actually even in the third because it could get banned out. No one's picking up Kaja. And now actually, yeah, Blacklist will even think about picking up the Kaja because it's up against an Eve.
Something tells me Coach Treb and Coach Tick are looking at each other and saying, yo, that's the bait. This is the MTB Gambit. This is the Dexstar Gambit.
Yeah.
I get it. They both get it. This is a chess match among world-class coaches, world-class teams.
No!
And they're doing just that. The Kaja and the Franco go into the second phase.
Okay, does that mean that then do they even want to go towards like okay, Kaja on the board possibly for Blacklist, but like Renmar mentioned, it's not the best option.
That's right.
You know, going against the Eve because
Window closed.
Yeah, window's kind of closed there. So now, do we see these bans still targeting those roam options for Blacklist International from Echo?
Yeah, they might take out Lolita, the counter engage, but then it's up against an Akai. Of course, Blacklist will take out the Franco here. They might consider one ban on Oh My Venus, but maybe a ban on an Owl hero might be better. Such as this, they take away the Melissa. Melissa, Farsa together are a fantastic combo, and it's a really good front line here for Blacklist International. Blacklist decide to take out the Kaja, so it becomes a second phase ban for Blacklist.
They were going to pick it anyways.
Yeah, so it's a restructuring of orders, of bans and pickings for both teams. And again, I'm still so surprised that no one bit the bait here. And maybe we'll see at the end of this draft who that benefits more.
Yep. Who did it paid off for?
Yeah. I'm wondering if, you know, with now that the bans here are done, what exactly does Yaoi want to play?
Might end up with a Kufra.
Kufra?
Or
Yeah.
I'm not turning off the idea of, whoa, what if Benecutie goes Lunox? But then that's a lot of magic damage, and then Yaoi goes Roam Akai. But considering that it's a Fredrin.
I've been waiting for too long.
What if they go Hayabusa for Girl TZ?
Not impossible. That's a couple of solid soft targets already.
Okay.
And there it is, Yaoi's Cho, or as they say, Cho's Yaoi.
Always on the way.
And it's a Matilda pickup.
Classic.
Classic. This is what Blacklist likes to play, use up against lineups like this that they're up against. But right now, this puts a lot of pressure on Edward and Wise. If Blacklist don't have okay, respectable early to mid game here, that means Edward and Wise were just punished hard. They're going to be holding a lot of the front lines.
Yeah, I think for Blacklist International, if they can at least, let's say early game, have an okay rotation in the jungle, deal with it, but also not let the Joy just kind of wreak havoc. That's exactly what she's drafted for early on and why she's so priority for a lot of teams, because you can actually do so much with that Joy pick, especially towards the back lines here. So you got to be able to cover your bases, and at the same time, man, we know how much damage this Yaoi, this Cho is going to be able to do.
Yeah.
If Yaoi is Cho, Carl is Lancelot, then Oh My Venus is Matilda and or Estes. So that's how textbook and that's how meaningful this draft has become for both teams. Again, Blacklist up against the wall, currently not on the board just yet. Let's get into game 3.
Management of the early to mid game here is crucial for Echo because of the two main pieces that they have in the Eve and the Beatrix. Sanford taking a bit of damage, or a lot of damage there from Edward.
This is dangerous.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Yue was going to try to put some pressure up there, but, you know, they already got the word, so Sanford's going to back off.
Yeah, but even though he goes back, because of when he completed the recall animation as the minion 08's responding, he'll be able to get back in time without that big of a problem, without Edward getting anything actually on the shields. But this rotation of Blacklist is smart. Wise going out first there, but Yaoi TZ responds in turn 2 closer up top.
So about a minute until the turtle comes out, and yeah, checking in for the first minute of this game, Blacklist reverts to the non-double XP lane start. So we've seen both kinds of the Uber strat in Season 11 come through, and Echo had an answer for both.
Exactly. And now, still slow and steady for both. Gonna be watching out. Ooh. I like what Wise did there. That was a smart use of the dashes that he had.
Oh, he might get punished here. He's not going to be able to get away from this one. Wise will go down. First blood in the hands of Carl TZ. 15 seconds away from the first turtle of the game. So a little advantage already starting for Echo.
Good news, Wise gonna make it back for the turtle take. Bad news, you don't want your jungler dying this early.
That was uncharacteristic of Wise for that to happen. But here comes Edward. Oh, they might be able to contest.
Edward gonna come in, does have that level 4. Uses the final slash. but also still going to be fighting for the turtle. Sanji dropping the real-world manipulation. Here comes Sanford. They're going to go in. Carl T's able to secure it. There's the way of the dragon. Wise going to be cut off here. Sanford popping the beats here. No one going to fall. Turtle secure for Echo.
Wow. I really thought Blacklist were going to take that.
Clean!
But Echo decided to stick and fight. And Sanji's real-world manipulation was crucial there as well. And of course, the timing of the entry of Sanford. The Sansan duo came in big in that crucial first turtle.
That's what makes the Sansan duo so dangerous. The fact that it's an XP laner and a mid laner that's so in sync, that's so mechanically gifted, it just shrinks the opponent's window of opportunity. The mechanics and the game IQ of these two.
And because of the pressure and control of the map, Yawi the kick!
Yawi going to get the kick off. He isn't going to be able to follow up, though, just yet. Gets stopped by Wise. There you go. Circle League going to come down. Yawi chunked down. Still okay. Now Benny Cutie forcing the flicker out. Carl Teasy comes through with the heavy spin. Sanji will capitalize on the kill. And now it's Wise in UA. And also Owl making his way. They're going to back off.
This is exactly how Echo wants it. They've been playing the same way since game 1, into game 2, into game 3. Quick, hard, fast, and messy.
To add injury to injury, as that entire sequence was happening, Owl was just solo killed by Benny Cutie.
Before the whole sequence.
Yeah.
Before the whole sequence, actually. And this is, again, just Echo continuing their best qualities in game 1 and game number 2. And Blacklist just trying to readjust and answer to it. Echo right now still in the flow and in the zone. Blacklist, what else could they do here to actually turn the tides, a counter punish onto a failed Yaoi attempt probably. But right now, with the lineup and the positioning of Sanji and the timing of entry of Carl Teasy,
oh Lord,
Echo are making sure they have those insurance plans.
Oh, Wise going to be forced out from his orange buff. He might still be able to get it, but look at that. Sanford going to hold him. Forced back to the base, going to lose his buff. Meanwhile, Turtle now up here, second one of the game. UA now getting a position. Oh my Venus holding down the front. The damage is there. The stun comes through. They get the flicker out from Yaoi. So he at least does not have that available. Echo still going back and forth. Edward now in Wise here. They also get the heavy spin out from Carl TZ. This could be a take for the Turtle. Final slash going to come through. Sanji has the flicker. Here comes Sanford dancing on the queen. She will fall. Still Wise in position. Here Carl TZ does it again. And now they force Blacklist International back here. Appraiser's Wrath going to come down, but he gets kicked to the team, and Benny Cutie gets the kill.
Deja vu. That's a replay, but with more this time around from that initial sequence in the first hurdle.
Paint this image in your head, folks. A killer whale, an orca in the seas, ridden by a goat. Carl Teasy again winning a retribution duel against Wise. And again, the factor of the Sanford late entry coming in big. And the response of Echo, Benny Cutie timing up that snipe with the kick of Yaoi.
Whoever will try to engage into turtle fights the way Carl TZ does here, I give you fair warning. Not everybody can do the same thing, especially if you don't have the same sync as Carl TZ does with the rest of Echo.
Yeah, and even in that fight, he didn't have the heavy spin because he had to use it early, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that he's actually able to still accomplish that is insane and speaks volumes for exactly how much skill Carl TZ has here. So right now, it's Blacklist International, familiar territory from the previous 2 games, working against this Echo Express. Yaoi was looking for an angle, but they're going to focus on the tier 1. Carl TZ comes in with the heavy spin. Meanwhile, on the backside, Sanford will push him back too. No one's going to fall, though. A fight for a resource here could ensue. Yaoi gets the G-Kundo up. Now, Sanford once again going to force back Wise from his buff. Still might have to go for it. Can't get it.
Oh, our buff, says Carl TZ.
Man, Echo, their layering of abilities is just brilliant right now. And Yaoi, it's like he knows one of the conditions of Blacklist is, all right, counter punish a failed Yaoi attempt. G-Kundo pickoff attempt.
We get it. It's what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody understands.
Yeah. And Yaoi held on to it, as you pointed out there, Naisu. The discipline on Yaoi to not pull the trigger there.
Yeah, still, once again, there's the trigger. Wise going to be the one to get kicked. Sanford heading for Yue. Carl Teasy secures another turtle. Why's gonna fall here? Oh my goodness, on the run!
Oh.
Can't get away from Sanji. 2 down, looking for a third. Here comes Carl once again. Sanji and Benny making their way. Owls in trouble. Now Yue, the storm comes through.
First the king and the queen, and then the rest of the cavalry. Edward.
Legend Agent 0. 1 versus multiple.
Oh.
Still 1 hit away. Bob and Weaving can't get away. Sanford gets the kill.
Try as he did, Edward will fall to 4 and Echo 7.3k and counting gold lead. Not even 9 minutes in this game, it's 10-1. Everything Blacklist want to do to gain control, to turn it around, just keeps getting stopped over and over again by Echo. They're layering of entries, abilities, and timing. Yaoi with a kick!
Yaoi gonna get the way of the dragon once again off. The follow-up damage is gonna be there. They unleash. Carl Teasy finds the lockdown on Edward. The damage comes through. Benny Cutie with another kill.
Gentlemen, is it just me or is the Echo Express getting faster and faster throughout the series? 7K, almost 8K gold lead now, just about 8 minutes and just approaching 8 minutes and 30 seconds in.
The funny thing is, that was a miscalculation by Benny Cutie's Bennett's Rage, because it did not hit Wise at all. It actually friendly fired himself, but of course no friendly fire in MLBB. But it's just Carl Teasy entering perfectly again with that heavy spin.
That's just how much damage Echo's presenting. He miffed, but they got it anyways.
Yaoi once again finding Owl here, but no follow-up to follow this time. He will get punished. Blacklist International finding a mistake. They're still gonna go. Oh my Venus comes through with a circling eagle. Sanji gonna be in trouble. Owl, here comes Sanford chasing him down. They pay him back, but it's 2 down. Heavy spin, finding 2. Oh my Venus down. Edward to follow. You can't stop the storm.
Double sandwich play into a 2-for-3 trade. Started out bad. They gave up the playmaker, but Echo comes out with more on the way out.
This isn't just the Echo Express now. Inside the train, if you look at one of the train carriages, there's an Echo buffet. The sandwiches that they've been dishing out to Blacklist International throughout this series. The late entries again. Benny Cutie making the most out of his dashes. He did not need to use Flicker in that scenario when we thought Blacklist found the perfect way to capitalize on an Echo mistake.
Oh, Renmar. Nice. So it's about to happen again.
Oh, they're going to try to cut him off here. Turret a couple hits away. They find the lockdown on Edward. He's got to flicker around. Can they survive this? Sanford goes in with a vengeance. The follow through with Yaoi. Wise is in trouble. Triple kill for Benny Cutie again. The guy is massive.
The Echo Express, as you put it, in one carriage has a buffet, in another, a full ecosystem. It's like Snowpiercer in here, fam.
In the Philippines, you only got 2 seasons, dry and wet. Benny Cutie the Storm, he's wet right now. This is a wet performance, 8-0-6. This is just an absolute dismantling of Blacklist International. A Blacklist that looks so dominant in the playoffs. Echo, what are they on?
Where were these Orcas in the early days of the playoffs? Did it take their longtime rival Blast International to unlock this level of gameplay? Oh no!
Oh, they're still going to be going. Carl Teasy has to heavy spin on the defense. He will get shut down by Owl. Still, Lord going to be up here. Echo trying to think twice. They will be fended off. Blacklist International deals with the base siege.
Despite the 10K gold lead, Blacks International defended amazingly.
Oh my God!
Oh!
You can't dodge that, I guess.
You can't defend that way if your farce is down like that. Where did that come from?
There's a sniper in the building. What in the heck? The Void Crystal from the Eve. Right at the tip. Sanji was like, all right, Benny, I'll set you up. The burn. Ooh, it's hot. It's hot.
Oh, Lord. He's wet and he's hot.
There's a whole lot.
Ouch. You catch a fever that way. That's how you get sick.
Yep. Fun fact, for the people coming here for M5, gotta avoid that. But now, let's see if Blacklist can avoid getting set up by Echo yet again. Edward, though, we gotta commend his final slash. Another snipe coming in from Benny. But those are little windows that Echo still, even with this crazy of a lead, cannot afford to give. You have to be careful. That was a fantastic final slash by Edward.
We're about 30 seconds away from a Luminous Lord. So again, the same situation as in games in this series prior. Not much for Blacklist. Yeah, they're getting kills, but not a single turret. Nice to look. Just that one turret up top. But it's still standing. It still counts.
It's technically still up, right? I know it's a one hit away, but as of right now, Blacklist doesn't have any objectives really for their favor, right? Now they're dealing with almost a 12K gold lead. And just these kind of check shots coming out from Benny are enough to deal with here for Blacklist International. They're probably just going to have to give up this Lord as well and hope for a defense of a lifetime.
Sanford clearing the minion wave like he did, even checking just in case. The minion waves up top, pushing there for Echo. Definitely a free Lord. And now Blacklist will have to hope they have enough firepower, that they can layer their abilities well enough to punish what will be, most likely, a very aggressive entry here by Echo.
Okay, so good news. Blacklist has amazing Highland defense. They're rocking that carry. They're rocking that Farsa. If they need to, you know, bob and weave inside their own base, they have the Matilda, amazing final slash on Edward, the potential for the taunt. But that's best case scenario. I'm not so sure Echo's just going to allow all those layerings to come in at the right time because they're such great spoilers. They can play up their tempo. Again, Yawi on the show. That alone has to be a threat.
We posed the question earlier, the possibility of Yawi going back on one of his signature heroes. The Echo M4 skin that I'm pretty sure we'll be getting. But now with the Siege, what can Blacklist do?
Here they go. Yawi's going to decide to go in. Finds a way the dragon. Oh my Venus going to fall. Carl Teasy on the backside plus Sanford forcing him back. Benny Cutie going to flicker in. It's not enough for Blacklist. Another triple comes through. And now Echo finds him at match point.
The Orcas threaten. Match point. 3-0 in a best of 7. I said it again. From Jakarta to here, Blacklist has to pull something out right here, right now.
It has to be at this moment. You do not want to be in this scenario. Backs against the wall, against a team known for taking it to their opponents when they sense weakness, when they sense vulnerability, they will pounce. One more game potentially, one more game.
What's going on? You gotta wonder what's going on in the camp of Blacks International.
I don't know, man. Now it's 3 games in a row where they've just been taken by the Echo Express, and they have no response on how to get off of it. And because every game up to this point, there hasn't been really a time where they've had that lead.
Tit for tat, draft, gameplay, execution, I'd say even mental. Echo has them trumped.
Yeah. There's something about right now how the members of Blacklist are moving. It's still the tight. Faramis couldn't be the only source of magic damage, but no. Okay, there's still room for a Faramis here, but the even Lancelot together, great pickups. Now, the fact that it's a Lapu band potentially might mean it's a Yuzhong for Sanford, depending on the picks here of Blacklist. And there it is, right away. Of course they pick it up. Faramis Valentina by Black.
They deny it.
They deny it. I love this too because in a way, you know, even though the Lapu Lapu was banned, another standout hero for Sanford was this Yuzhong pick. So now he has it. And again, this is the Lancelot, the Eve here. Solid choices already for Echo. Is this enough, though, for Blacklist International for the first phase? Because even, you know, we heard from Midnight and Mirko, and they're like, hey, let Edward play. Let him get that winning lane if he can. Well, you know, how does this match up against the Yuzhong here?
Well, Blacklist will need to help the Yuzhong if they want to activate it more. At the end of the day, it might just end up becoming a dead lane between these two. But I see the double XP start happening again here for Blacklist, just to delay Sanford a little bit. We saw earlier Sanford have a monster performance, an MVP one against RSG Slate Philippines. Blacklist will try to do everything they can to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Blacklist can do one thing here. They get to ban out the Cho.
Yeah.
Very important thing to do. Again, very few commandments in MLB that you have to follow. Clear your waves, check your maps, and ban Yowie's choke.
Time and tide.
Well, they don't. They decide to ban the Beatrix here. So we'll see. Again, you know, if that is the option, if that's locked in, it's not out of the realm of possibility that BennyCutie just decides to go with something non-traditional. The 1-1, the Claude, the Beatrix are all taken out. What, you know, we haven't seen them this series yet play the Brody. That's still available.
Yeah, Brody. But I'm feeling spicy here for Echo. Hearth or Lunox? Up against the Glue. The Order of Brilliance. Going to be up against, and it's Darren.
There it is.
All right, not too far off.
Not too far off.
It's a gold lane mage, but it's one that's worked all throughout today in the hands of Benedict Gonzalez, BennyCutie. He picks up the Harith, and now Blacklist closing up their draft, putting the Fredrin in the hands of Wise, and of course, Owl's signature. If there is a clutch gene in the rookie gold laner of Blacks International, it has to be activated right now.
Part of me thinks this might actually be more of another roamer. Oh, it's a Valier. What a pick. Now, this, it's a 100% win rate with 2 picks this season.
Was that in the hands of Yowie?
One of them was in the hands of Yowie. I'm not entirely sure if it was both, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is.
Isn't Yowie the one that brought it out in Season 10 playoffs?
Yes.
Exactly in this situation as well. In a series against Blacks International, of the 2 that they won, one, he was playing a Valier Roam.
This is a lineup that Echo drafted to end quick. The Valier Roam, though, Yowie needs to be careful, because if not, it puts more pressure onto Sanford, and specifically Carl TZ, to be the pseudo-roamer frontliners for Echo. But if they pull this off, it will be an utterly devastating loss for Blacklist and a quick one for Echo.
Already, I'm going to help Blacklist troubleshoot. I suggest invest in your tough boots. Invest in, this is, if you're going to buy an early rated armor, this might be that game.
I was going to say, there's literally 3 sources of magic damage, I believe, here. So, you know, you're going to be able to want to rush those items to kind of survive that onslaught of magic damage.
Yeah, the pairing for Valier is usually this. Back in Season 10, it was the Lilia in the Grand Finals, and Echo won that game with that. Earlier in the season, they went Valier and Eve. A lot of slows, a lot of pokes that the roaming mid 3 of Blacklist needs to watch out for here.
Here we see the double XP lane rotation, the trademark for Blacklist in the playoffs, while Echo maintains their tempo. So far, nothing out of the ordinary, a minute in.
Oh, they knew Yowie was going to be extended a little bit there. He had to flick around. First blood going to be drawn by Edward. Already off to a good start here. They get the flicker out from UA, but look at Carl TZ forcing out that as well.
This is what I'm talking about when it comes to the risk of the Valier pickup. If you get caught, you will get punished. Up against a Tharamis, an Eve, and Edward, who got out of lane quickly. Yowie needs to watch out for that. He can't overextend and be forced to use his flicker in those scenarios so early.
About 30 seconds before the first hurdle of the game. SMX is shaking. Agents all over the world are trembling. They are sending out their energy to the Season 10 champions. This shouldn't end in a sweep, they say, as we have about a quarter of a minute before the first hurdle. Look at how deep Wise is. This is a newfound confidence in Blacklist throughout the series.
Yeah, and even with your backs against the wall, you gotta be like this. You can't hesitate to try and get vision. See what you can do to disrupt. See there the disruptive nature of the Eve and Valier combo together. Oh my Venus will struggle a bit in the laning phase. First hurdle up, Edward's alone.
All right, Sanford already going to go into the Dragon form. Going to force Edward back a little bit here. Looks like Blacklist just going to give up that first hurdle. Really don't want to get further behind. They're holding on to a very small lead. And Echo will secure that first objective of the game.
Yeah, but I got eyes on the one true king. Look at King Wise. I wonder if Carl knows. I wonder if the rest of Echo knows what he's up to.
Yeah, he's about to check it. Oh, he won't be able to steal it in time.
Oh, they do have an idea. Now Wise going to be in a bad position here. 3 versus 1. Here comes Oh My Venus trying to help out. Yowie will get punished. But Wise falls as well on top of it. The 1-for-1 trade.
Just a moment too late with the cult altar by the queen. Couldn't save her king.
Wait, he committed Grand Theft Orange. Our buff, says Wise.
Yeah, he was able to steal it away from Carl Teasy. Carl Teasy will he get pulled?
Okay, he's going to execution out of there. Still, this is exactly what Wise has to do. Like you mentioned, you know, he's got to have kind of that swag to him, not only because he's playing the Fredrin here, but also given the situation, right? Carl Teasy, for the most part of this series, has been all over the place, especially in the jungle of Blacklist International.
Yeah.
And you mentioned this, Renmar. Prior to loading into the game, he has to act as that pseudo-roamer. Get a little hyperactive because, again, Yawi can only really commit his skills. But when he does, it hurts.
Yeah. Right now, though, in the XP lane, and the question of Glue versus Yuzhong, we feel Edward more in the map, but the pressure that Sanford is applying into the lane means Edward's always forced to go back and rotate just to clear the minion waves. Sanford not going to be roaming to mid here. Thought he would. Try to find a pick, but the minion waves don't have that in favor for him. Both teams tried to go for a topside sequence, but thanks to Vision, both teams back off. It's going to be back to the mid and the jungle again. That's been the hot spot for this game so far.
And here we go. Now focus on the top side. Owl in trouble.
Oh,
2 versus 1. Has to flicker out. A little bit of burn there. No follow-up with the kill just yet. And the rest of the members, Blacklist International, able to help him out. Meanwhile, Turtle being worked on. Looks like multiple members of Echo should be able to secure this one. Second one for them of the game. But Wise goes in with the Praiser's Wrath. Yawi going to be in trouble. One hit away. Wise couldn't get the kill.
Oh, wow. But in this sequence, check out Wise. He stole Carl Teasy's orange as the rest of Blacklist pressure the gold lane.
Yeah, while Echo were getting the turtle, Wise decides to invade again.
Oh, he's going to cut them off.
Carl.
Here comes Carl. Do they have the follow-up they're going to be looking for? No, they don't, so they back off.
Okay, Sanford has the Hunter Strike. The combos will be deadly coming in from the Yuzhong now. Now Echo still a very close game. Despite everything, Blacklist are handling this game so far beautifully. Little wins. The reason why it's only a small lead for Echo is that Blacklist, they're invading the jungle, but this is going to be a big change of our scenario as the top lane will get pressured. Owl loses his turret, and that's going to be Benny Cutie out of lane first.
This tier 1 push up top is going to make this turtle coming up in about a minute all the more easy for Blacklist to just let go. Because given this small lead by Echo, yeah, Blacklist looking much better now. It's still a turtle that they can't really contest.
Echo, let's see if they can find a pick before this. That will be the goal. Find a pick. Force out an ultimate, a key ability before this turtle starts. 35 seconds though, Sanji pressing the issue. Yue has the ultimate. Wise going in.
Okay, Wise going to go in. He's going to find Yawi here. He will fall. Sanford already using the dragon form. Going to find 2 members. Gets the petrify off. 2-2 fall for Blacklist. Still going to be looking for the fight. Yue trying to help the team here. Benny Cutie with the Zaman Force. They're going to be focusing down Wise. He's a couple hits away. Will fall. So it's a trade here. Echo coming out on top.
Eventually, a messy engage. Echo comes out with more than what they paid with.
Yeah, Echo, late entry. Seems like Blacklist again just completely forgot about the Yuzhong. They committed a lot to get Yawi correctly, yes, but they committed so many abilities that once the Black Dragon flew in, it all took one combo to take down 2.
Oh, Owl gonna be in trouble again. Oh my Venus has to use the flicker and the Cult Altar, but Sanji dropping down the real world manipulation. The Queen will fall, plus the turret.
Again, this is just Echo pushing the tempo. Yeah, for the first 5 minutes, they had to play footsies. They had to temper their expectations and say, okay, looks like Blacklist came to play. But now, we're back in about the same situation. Echo are in the driver's seat.
Sanford and his late entry in that last sequence meant that minion waits. Oh wait, no, here comes Echo again.
He's gonna come through again. Wise fighting for that purple buff. Rest of the Echo squad here. Now Edward gonna come in with the glue. Split activated.
Ooh.
Quite a few stuns coming out. Praiser's Wrath gonna be burned as Benny Cutie comes through with a Zaman Force, finding Wise. And Wise falls again in the jungle here.
Next up on the docket, going to be this mid lane. Tier 1.
Oh my Venus. Gonna be in trouble. Carl Teasy looking for the kill here. Sanji drops down the RWM. And another objective. Turret will fall in the mid lane.
Owl left a fat wave down bottom. I wonder if it's actually going to cave.
Yeah, Pretty sure that turn's gonna go down there. And at that point, it's just Blacklist saying, we gotta try to pull something here. Try to get a little bit more far for a gold laner. And yes, it was a loss in the mid, but at this point, that's what they can get. That's all what they have to do. 1,400 and counting. It's a gold difference between Benny and Owl, with Benny in the lead.
Fellas, spot the double Radiance armors coming in from Edward and Oh My Venus. I expect more to come up. It looks like Wise on the way to his.
Good itemization there by Blacklist. And I think that's what Echo will be watching out for and considering. But considering the spike that Echo has hit, Benny already has the Holy Crystal. As long as Echo don't lose a massive, doesn't suffer a massive loss, they can continue this. But Blacklist are in close enough gold territory to actually turn this around.
Yeah, they actually want to go ahead and contest this one. Lord was started up. Carl T's going to focus on Wise. They want to get the jungler down. Colt Alter comes through. Is it enough? though? Wise will fall. Owl tries to find the angle, not going to be able to find it instead. He's bobbing his weaving, but it's not enough. Yaoi has the slows there, followed by Sanji, and Owl runs away. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Sanford pushes Yue back. And now it's Carl TZ and Oh My Venus on the run. Sanford falls. They're split up everywhere. The Queen goes down. Carl TZ able to find the kill. And now do they decide to take the Lord?
Divide and conquer. Echo split up the map, and again, Blacklist was the one who scattered out. That was an engagement that Blacklist read as, all right, we can take this, we can take this. And so far, what has been bought for the Codebreakers is at least a Lord that they can maybe dance for.
Wise.
Beauty. Now Yaoi's in trouble. Owl gets a kill here, and it's Echo with a blunder, and now Blacklist International looking to punish. Sanford trying to get back to base. Carl TZ nowhere to go, even with the help of Sanji, and they turn it around. Blacklist now has a go at the Lord.
The defending champions are feeling it. SMX is feeling it. They have shrank that 2K gold lead now to about 300 as they make a beeline for the Lord. They take it.
Blacklist International, a weight off of their shoulders. A massive win. We said it was turn around the ball, and they found the turnaround. The late entry by Owl, though they were split, Blacklist held on, and Echo will now try to defend against the Codebreakers, against the defending champs.
It seemed like it was a engagement or scenario in the making the first time it happened, because again, it was the same split by Echo. They won that first time around, but Blacklist, they figured it out, they understood. And this time around, when it actually mattered, when it led into this first Lord, Blacklist got it right.
Their individual decision making in that team fight to hold on for as long as they could, avoiding the key abilities, watching out for Echo. What a response by the defending champions.
Here's the response from Echo. They're going to force it down. Dragon Form going to come out looking for Yue here. He's in trouble. Colt Alter goes through, but it's not going to be enough. Owl trying to hold on. Carl TZ on the hunt. Zaman forced to follow. Echo still looking for more, pushing him and holding him back here in the mid lane.
Man, you've got to wonder. Blacklist had the gold lead here, but they were still able to light Yue up despite having a Cold Altar. Where'd the damage come from?
The patience of Sanford to really hold on. The poke damage coming in from the Valier and the Eve. Sanford and his Black Dragon form not going down right away, really saving it for the key targets, and Owl and Yue was the key.
So now they've overloaded the lone physical damage defense item in Blacklist arsenal. I guess you're right, Reptar. You have to watch out now for Sanford, for Carl TZ, because it's not just about magic.
Carl TZ once again putting the pressure here in the mid lane. Execution comes through. Edward has to split. Wise waiting patiently there. Echo just getting some information. Again, it's still a minute till that next Lord comes up here as both teams look for establishing presence.
This is the strongest Blacklist has looked. This is the closest this series has looked. One mistake, one error, one right call might be the difference between game number 5 or a championship now and a sweep for Echo. The tension in the air is high here. You have to watch out for the entries, the timing of Oh My Venus' Cult Altar, who Edward grabs onto. If Owl can keep himself alive, if Benny Cutie can keep that Purify for the best possible moment.
Lord here in about 10 seconds, putting theory into practice. Edward is going to be one key way for Blacklist to cut straight into Echo's formation, because again, in that first Lord take, it was Edward, Agent Zero, who was actually threatening a grab into whoever's soft enough. And to be fair, amongst Echo, they're all pretty soft.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be making a play here, trying to cut off Echo. But it's going to get spotted out as both teams going to clash in, sandwich each other. Owl caught off from the team.
Oh!
He's in trouble. Benny Cutie will get the kill. Cult Altar already used. And just like that, Echo knows they have the numbers advantage and go for the Lord.
They can't take any fights without Owl.
The carry falls, and that might be the error and the catch that we were talking about. This Lord will be uncontested. What can Echo make out of this? This is still a close game.
All right. Looking back at the history of this series, in the past 3 games that we played, Echo have made devastating developments with their Luminous Lords. So I'm thinking, where else? How deep can Blacklist dig? Because they still have their inhibitors. There's still a couple of tier 2 standing. So I'm guessing this will be a very defendable Lord.
Yeah. Defendable. Is it? Echo, is this it? Watch out.
We're going to find out here. Mid lane, Lord making its way. Sanford using the Dragon form. Already going to force back UA and the rest of the team. Cult Altar comes out too. Looking to end the game possibly here. They know the Cult Altar's down. Wise will fall. Echo still healthy. Happy to deal with it. Lord will go down. Do they focus on the next inhibitor turret? Waves pushing in. Wise is not here. Echo now gets rid of the bottom lane inhibitor turret. Still possibly holding on. Eyes set on the next turret.
Minions are huge.
Minions coming through. They get the flicker out. Benny Cutie with his Almond Force pushing them back. Blacklist International's in trouble. Immortality gonna come through. There's Sanji once again. UA has to get out. Sanji gets the kill. And now Blacklist is falling apart. Carl Teasy. And it looks like they're going to do it. It's deja vu. They sweep Blacklist.
We are still in the age of the Orca. Your MPL Philippines Season 11 champions are Echo.
Knocked down to the lower bracket, brought to their limit. The reigning world champions found the heart, will, and skill to taste the sweet kiss of destiny yet again. The Age of Orca stands undisputed. Champions of the world, champions of the Philippines.
And with this victory, and with this repeat of what went down in Tennis Indoor Sinayan in Jakarta, Indonesia, Echo can also now make the run for a Grand Slam in MSC.
Man, both teams going to be fighting for that, the Grand Slam, but it's Echo just showing how dominant they are. And really, yes, that Game 4 was a little bit closer for Blacklist International, but it just didn't work out for them there, and Echo comes through again with the Echo Express.
Now that we're living in this moment, there's a lot of talk on social media saying, is Echo Blacklist's kryptonite? Despite their long rivalry, despite this now being a trilogy, is Echo truly the one to take down the Codebreakers?
The story isn't done yet. The story will keep on telling. MSC and Cambodia looms over both of these two teams. This was a team, Blacklist International, that was counted out. No one thought they'd make it this far. No one thought. And with a bow, they will bow out. Swept yet again by Echo. I'm looking forward to what they will do for us, the Philippines, in MSC. But it is Echo's moment now.
It's no secret that these two are some of the best in the world. And here in the home of champions, they have proven their mettle. Let's throw it over to Mara Aquino on stage.
They will be representing us in the upcoming MSC 2023. And now, SMX Convention Center. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to our MPL Philippines Season 11 champion, Echo! Now to present the award, when we call on stage the head of prepaid category of Smart Communications Inc., Mr. Lloyd R. Manaloto. Now our players will be awarded medals to commemorate this momentous victory. Go ahead, guys, claim your medals! Sanji, Carl Teasy, Yowie, Sanford, Benny Cutie, Gian, Coach Trevor, and Coach TikTok. Congratulations! Guys, come on over here. I would just like to get a message from you. Yowie, champion! Congratulations!
Thank you po. Thank you so much sa mga di nawala suportahan kami tsaka simula nung pagkatalo namin sa upper bracket. Ang dami nyo sobra, mahal na mahal namin kayo.
Carl TZ, nangongolekta ka na ng mga awards, ng mga medals. Anong masasabi mo na champion ka muli ngayon para sa MPL Philippines?
Masaya lang po. Tapos ano, Reswell, Irad.
Benny Cutie, what do you have to say? Congratulations! Ang ganda ng run mo ngayong Season 11. And now you have another medal.
Sobrang sobrang saya ko po na nakapag-champion na rin sa MPL and dinededicate ko talaga to para sa girlfriend ko, pati sa baby namin, the 1-1.
Masaya po, pero thank you po sa mga pumunta dito and sa mga sumuporta sa amin. And para sa inyo po itong championship na to.
Sobrang salamat sa mga fans namin dyan na pumunta dito sa venue kahit na napunta kami sa lower bracket. Ang dami nyo pa rin sa mga suporta sa amin. Salamat din sa mga teammates ko kahit na down ako nung malapit na yung playoffs. Tinulungan talaga nila ako para mapaglaro ko na maayos.
And that's what teammates are for. And now, it is time to award our Grand Finals MVP. Who do you think it is? And now, our finals MVP is... Congratulations, Sanford! Sanford is now getting the recognition he deserves. Discovered at 14 years old, He played for 3 seasons in the MPL with a World Championship under his belt and is now crowned as the champion and finals MVP for MPL Philippines Season 11. Sanford, congratulations! Mukhang hindi mo ata in-expect na ikaw yung mananalo
Kasi binubuhat lang po ako ng team ko kasi lakas po nila.
And now, pagkatapos ng 3 seasons sa MPL, may championship ka na sa World at ngayon ikaw ang finals MVP. How do you feel?
Wala po akong masabi. Basta sana kung panaginip man po ito, sana din ako magising.
Once again, everybody, give it up for our MPL Philippines Season 11 champion, Echo! And you may all pose for a photo op. Go ahead. Echo, the reigning world champion, is now the MPL Philippines Season 11 champion. Echo Express or Echo System, fast-paced or slow and methodical, the Orcas prove that they can dominate in any type of play style. Echo has made so many outplays in this grand finals, showing both their genius and talent combined. And now, Echo, it is time to raise your trophy in 3, 2, 1. Congratulations! Echo is our Season 11 champion and our representative for the MSC